Good afternoon. We are live for the Monday Live, and today's winning topic is a business and investor visa types. So, like every week, we had 3 topics to choose from. We had visa types for health professionals, we had business and investor visas, and we had the global talent visa. And it was pretty much between the health professional visas as well as the business and investor visas head on head. And then business and investor visas had a few more votes. So today I will be speaking about business and investor visas. Like every week, please give me a thumbs up, a like, a heart on Instagram, and let me know where you're joining us from, what city and what country. And also if you have voted for the business and investor visas. So I'm just going to give you a few seconds to do that, and then I'm getting into it. And also, so let me know if you're watching live, and then you can also obviously post your questions and your comments. And also let me know if you're watching the replay, and then just hashtag replay, because we will be putting up the recording on Facebook, Instagram, and the YouTube channel. If you don't know yet, we have a YouTube channel. It's a really, really good space for free resources. So you will find a lot of information on there, lots of videos with me and with my staff about different visa types, and yeah, so it's very valuable, lots of information on there. Okay, so I'm just looking where you're watching this. So I'm just
okay, no, we're not doing this. Okay.
You're watching this, so I'm just...
Okay. I'm just getting just trying to get the chat up so I can see who is commenting. So just bear with me for one moment. In the meantime, just put in where you're joining us from, the city and the country, and also what topic you voted for. I haven't got any comments yet. It's a very quiet audience. Okay, so maybe we get a lot of people just watching the replay. Maybe we need to change the time of this live, or maybe we just there will be some changes coming very soon. As you also may have seen, we do have a Facebook group, so I encourage you to go and join our Facebook group, because there will be a lot of more information, again, free resources, free information in the Facebook group. Okay, so just look for Aspire Immigration Australia group, and you join. It's a public group, and there will be lots of more free information. So we're shifting from the page to the group. So make sure, if you haven't joined yet, make sure that you join us on the group. All right. Let's get into it. Let's get into business and investor visas. So today I'm talking about 2 different subclasses. I'm talking about subclass 188 and 888. So that is the business innovation and investment visa type. And then I'm also talking about the subclass 132. But let's start with subclass 188. So there's different streams. So in total, I will be talking about 5 different streams for subclass 188 and 888. So the reason why there is 188 and then 888 is the first one. It's a 2-stage visa. The first one is the temporary stage, and the second one is the permanent stage. Okay. All right. So with all the business and investor visas, because we get a lot of inquiries and we do quite a few business and investor visas. However, you need to know that
you need to have quite a significant amount of funds, like assets. Yeah. So the lowest amount is 800,000 Australian dollars. And when I say assets, it means all your assets. So the money you have in the bank, if you have properties, jewelry, cars, if you have boats, all the things that people have as assets. Okay, so obviously houses and cars and boats, they're getting valuated, and then the cash that you have in the bank. So all up, you need to have at least $800,000 for most of those streams. Okay, so that is one thing. So you need to have the assets. The other requirement is you need to have business history. So you need to show that you have been running, operating, managing, owning businesses. So you can't just come up and say, oh, I want to apply for a business and investor visa because I don't have any other options. For example, we do get that from people who don't have any other options. They think, I'm just going to invest. It's not that easy. It's not that that you can just decide that. You need to, again, like with any other visa type, you need to be able to meet the requirements. And the requirement for business and investor visas is the net assets as well as a successful history of business ownership and or management. All right. Also, another requirement is you need to have English language skills. Yeah, so you need to have at least functional English. For some visa types or for some streams, you need to have competent English. So that is another requirement. And then also there is the points test. So points test may be familiar with for those people who have knowledge around skilled visas. So there's skilled visa points test. And then we also have a points test for business and investor visas. So again, in recap, net assets, very important. You need to have at least $800,000 worth of net assets. Then we said business history. So you need to have at least 2 years of business history out of the last 4 years. And you need to have functional English at least. And you need to have 65 points in the points test. And age limit is 55. So you need to be younger than 55 years old. So that's the age limit. It's, as you may notice, it's higher than the 45 years age limit for most permanent visas in Australia. So for business and investor visas, it's 10 years higher. So that is definitely an advantage. All right. So I will be talking about Subclass 188 and 888, the Business Innovation Investment Visa. So there is various streams of that visa. Firstly, and that's one of the most popular ones, that's the Business Innovation stream. Can you just put in the comments who has either applied for Business and Investor Visa or is seriously thinking about applying for a Business and Investor Visa? So just let me know in the comments who has serious interest in the Business and Investor Visas, just so I get an idea about the audience. Because if I know my audience, then I can adjust the content I'm delivering today. And if you have specific questions about Business and Investor Visas today, then please let me know in the comments. Okay, so we do have one comment here. Zoltan is commenting on Facebook, good day Denmark, and we voted for medical professionals like aged care worker because we're interested their path to PR. Yeah, Zoltan. Unfortunately, the health professionals have come second as a topic. Mind you though, I'm more than happy to do, another live on health professionals. So because health professionals are in high demand, especially now during the COVID pandemic, okay, so health professionals is one occupation group that can actually enter Australia, even though the borders are closed and normally no one is allowed in. But if you are health professionals, so that includes doctors and nurses, and there's a whole explanation of health professionals, a definition of health professionals, what it all includes, then you can actually enter Australia. Obviously, you need a visa and you need a travel exemption. Okay. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any questions and anything around business and investor visas, because that's today's topic. Okay. So I'm just going to have a sip of water and then I'll get into the Business Innovation Investment Visa Subclass 188 888 has various streams. One of the most popular ones is the Business Innovation stream, and it is for people with business skills, yeah? And it lets you operate either a new business or an existing business in Australia. You need to be nominated by a state government in Australia. Okay? The Business Innovation stream is the one with the lowest threshold. So for that, you only need $800,000 worth of net assets. And that can also, if you have a partner, so if you have a wife, a husband, a de facto partner, then it can be shared between the two of you. So if you're two people, it's still just the 800,000, yeah. And if you're one person, it's also the 800,000. You need to have, like I said earlier, you need to have proof of business ownership and that you know how to manage a business. So out of the 4 tax years, immediately before you get invited to apply for the visa, you must show that you have ownership stake in businesses who had a turnover of at least $500,000 per year out of those 2 years. Okay? And as mentioned earlier, you need 65 points in the points test, you need functional English, and you need to be under 55 years old. So I consider the Business Innovation stream as the most achievable one because it's got the lowest threshold in regards to net assets, and it is really for people who have had businesses, because that's the whole point of a business and investor visas. It is for business owners and investors. All right. Let me know if there's any questions. Otherwise, I'm moving on to the second stream, the entrepreneurs stream. So I'm just going to check on the comments. I can't see any further comments, not on Facebook and not on Instagram. Okay, the entrepreneurs stream. This is a stream we get also a lot of interest and a lot of inquiries, because being an entrepreneur is nowadays very popular in Australia as well as overseas. Lots of people wanting to start a business or have a side hustle, or very, very popular. And what many people don't know is that for the entrepreneur stream, you need to have a funding agreement of at least $200,000 with a third party to carry out the entrepreneurial activity. All right? So the third party is usually a government agency. So this is very important. And the difference also is between the business innovation stream that I mentioned earlier and the entrepreneur stream is, for the entrepreneur stream, you need competent English, so you need higher English skills. Okay, any questions for the entrepreneurs stream? before moving on to the next one, which is the investor stream. Okay, so I've got a comment here from Amna Khan. Is it worth to stay in regional Victoria as enrolled nurse? What are the future of enrolled nurse in regional Victoria? Any chance after June and July in Victoria? I have seen many enrolled nurses are invited in New South Wales and South Australia. Please advise. So Amna and Zoltan, you both have comments for the health professionals topic. Today we're talking about business and investor visas. Question, did you vote for health professionals? Because that's the only way how you can make sure that I talk about that particular topic. And so most votes today were for business and investor visas. So I won't be talking about health professionals. That we put that back on for next week, and hopefully it gets enough votes so I talk about health professionals. If you have questions and want personalized advice, of course you can always book a consultation with my team. Okay, so I lead a team of lawyers and migration agents, and we do offer consultations where we focus on you. Obviously it's not live, like there's no one else. It's just, us and you, and we discuss with you your best visa options. So Amna, I recommend for you to book in for a consultation to get advice on that. Far, can you please send Anma or comment with Anma with a link for the consultation, because you can book that consultation online via our booking page. All right. So, investor stream. You need to invest at least $1.5 million in Australia. Okay? 1.5 million. The total net assets of business, investment and personal assets needs to be at least 2.25 million. So as you can see, we're now really ramping it up in regards to the financial side of things. The other things are quite similar. So you need functional English, 65 points in the points test. You need to be under 55 years old. You need to show that you have managed a qualifying business or investments of at least 1.5 million for at least one out of the last 5 tax years before you get invited. And in that business, you don't have to have full 100% ownership. You only need to show 10% ownership, and that can also be between you and your partner, your life partner. Any questions for the investor stream? We're still talking about Subclass 188 and 888. I'm just going to wait for 5 seconds if there's any questions. Can you let me know if there's any questions or comments on Instagram, because I can't see anything. I can only see the Facebook ones. Okay, moving on. Basically, there's only 2 more streams that I just want to mention briefly. And again, if you really seriously thinking about applying for one of those business and investor visas, I highly recommend to book in for a consultation. And that is definitely worth the investment. Yeah, so a consultation is a few $100. And I mean, if you are able to invest into a business and investor visa, and in general, if you go for a visa, you invest thousands of dollars. And definitely it's recommended before you make the wrong decision and choose the wrong visa or not sure about the requirements. If you meet the requirements, it's definitely highly recommended to have a consultation with a migration agent. So my assistant, she just posted the link for the consultation booking. So click on that link and that's how you can book your appointment. So you can either speak with one of my team members. So like I said, I lead a team of migration agents and lawyers, or you can also speak with me. There is an additional surcharge for my director's fee though. Okay, anyways, moving on. So the other 2 streams that I want to mention for Subclass 188 and 888 is the significant investor stream and the premium investor stream. The significant investor stream needs you to invest $5 million, and the premium investor stream needs you to invest 15 million. So again, we're going up. So I started with the lowest. Yeah, the business and innovation stream was the lowest with 800,000. Then we had the entrepreneur stream where you need an agreement, a funding agreement of 200,000. And then we went up to investor stream of 2.25. Then we had significant investor stream of 5 million investment, and then the premium investor stream of 15 million. Is there any questions? Because I am now moving on to a different subclass. Still going to talk about business and investor visas. Subclass 132, the business talent visa. Is there any further questions about subclass 188? Can't see any questions or comments. Okay, moving on. Just so you know, this is your chance. This is your chance. If you have any questions and comments about business and investor visas, this is your chance to ask me your questions and get free advice. I'm online, I'm live, ready to tell you everything I know. You just have to ask me questions. And you're asking me these questions online, so on the comments. And this is the advantage of joining us online live, because that means you get to actually really speak with me and you get the live answer straight away. If you watch the replay and you are interested in business and investor visas, then definitely comment as well. And then someone else will make comments and reply to you. And we'll also advise if we think it may be a good idea for you to book in for a consultation. And that really depends on all about, are you eligible? Are you close to being eligible? Okay, if you want to consider that. So if you either have a history in business, then we could maybe look into, about no funds or not a lot of funds, we could look into the entrepreneur stream. Ideally, you have a history of business and funds, like net assets. Then we can look into, okay, what stream is good for you? And the good thing is also you can also sponsor your family. So you can include your partner and your children. Yeah, so that's what usually happens. We usually apply for a business and investor visa for the client, and then they include their family members. All right, moving on to subclass 132, business talent. That has two streams. First stream is significant business history. So as the name says, you need to have at least, a few years of business history so that you can show that you know how to run a business, a successful business. Okay? So that means you need to show a business turnover of at least 3 million for at least 2 out of 4 tax years before you get invited. And you need to show net assets of 400,000 as the ownership interest in one or more qualifying businesses for at least 2 out of 4 tax years. Does that make sense? Are you following? Is this interesting? Give me a heads up. Give me a like. You're very quiet today. Probably too many numbers. It's business and investor visas are very, very complex. I do not recommend to do this on your own. If you go that pathway of a business and investor visa, definitely get professional help. We can also, we offer all the immigration support. Yeah, so we deal with everything relating to the visa application. We can then also assist you with finding a business to invest in, finding, for example, the second stream of the subclass 132 is the venture capital entrepreneurs stream.
So we can get you in touch with venture capital firms, okay? Because you need funding of at least 1 million from an Australian venture capital firm. We cooperate with venture firms, and we can get you in touch with those. So again, if you're interested in that, make sure that you contact my office, and then we can get the ball rolling. Yeah? Okay, is there any questions? Otherwise, I'm going to go offline very shortly if there's no questions and no comments. Just going to wait for a few more seconds. Okay, so to recap, I spoke about subclass 188 and 888. So, also to make sure that you are aware, both visa types, so the 188, 888, and the 132 subclass, they're all leading to permanent residency. In fact, the business talent visa, subclass 132, gives you PR straight away. If you go with 188, 888, that is a 2-stage process, but it also leads to permanent residency. Okay, so recapping subclass 188, 888, the business innovation and investment visa. We talked about that, and I explained the 5 different streams. I explained the business innovation stream, entrepreneur stream, investor stream, significant investor stream, as well as the premium investor stream. And then I explained subclass 132, business talent visa, which gives you PR straight away. And we talked about the 2 streams. One is the significant business history stream, and the other one is the venture capital entrepreneurs stream. And this is today's live about business and investor visas. My name is Manuela Seiberth, and I'm the founder and director of Aspire Immigration Australia. I lead a team of lawyers and migration agents. If you are interested in business and investor visa or any other visa type for Australia, make sure that you contact my office and book in for a consultation. Thanks very much for joining me today, or for watching the replay. If you watch the replay, hashtag replay in the comments and put your questions in the comments. All right, talk to you next week. Ciao for now.